I'm bored. I am bored. I don't have a whole lot to, you know, I've mentioned it many times. The woman and I, we don't even have a car, so there's not a lot of stuff that we can do to keep ourselves busy or whatever. So, I just wanted to make another video, and I don't want to really talk about the Bible or myself or anything. When it has to do with God or the Bible or anything like that, like the majority of my videos, but I just want to talk about something that I've talked about before, and it's professional wrestling, professional wrestlers and different things, and how I always looked up to these larger than life characters, these larger than life men and women, more so the men. When I was a little boy, a little bastard boy child, I think I started watching wrestling when I was about 2 or 3 years old. Biological grandparents used to order all the pay-per-views for me and everything. So I grew up, idolizing guys like Sting, Hulk Hogan, The Ultimate Warrior. Those were my three favorite, wrestlers when I was young. I also liked The Undertaker. I was also quite fond of Kane, Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid. That's ironic. I mentioned Shawn Michaels and I mentioned Sting earlier. I always looked up to these guys like brothers. And you know that both Shawn Michaels and Sting profess to be born-again Christians? Maybe they are. You know what I mean? And that would be kind of ironic that I always looked up to them as my brothers. And a matter of fact, in Cincinnati when I was I think I might have been 17 or 18 years old, and I actually rubbed shoulders. I was about a foot apart from Shawn Michaels. He was coming out of all the wrestlers had came out an entrance, and somebody said, hey, if you want to see the wrestlers when you leave, go over here. It's where they come out to get in their cars and stuff. And I actually stood right next to Shawn Michaels, about a foot away from him, and I actually I said, what's up, playa, to Teddy Long, and he's like, what's up, playa? Anybody know who Teddy Long is? They may not remember that, but they absolutely talked to him. And I say this because I got some videos on my Facebook about wrestling and wrestlers and how I used to love wrestling so much and how wrestling used to be so passionate and so filled with life and fire and personality. And it just seems so free and alive and passionate. And I used to talk about, I got a lot of videos archived on Facebook about it. I've always been fascinated with wrestlers, and I think maybe one of the biggest things for me is because unlike so many other people in the world, wrestlers seem like the most genuine people that I've ever seen. Even if maybe I don't have personal relationships with them. I've never met any of them. I can't tell you which ones are actually good, honest, genuine souls. But the point is, I always felt that sense of genuine from professional wrestlers ever since I was little. You mean they just seem like people they didn't seem like people that bothered other people or that had to hurt other people to become superstars or had to hurt other people to become who they are. Wrestlers, if anybody, you think about people that earn money and stuff, some of those wrestlers work like 200 or 300 nights a week. 200 or 300 nights a year. So if anybody earn the right to live good lives, man, professional wrestlers seem like my top pick. I just like them. I like professional wrestlers. I like the professional wrestling business. They just seem like genuine characters, And, maybe people laugh and mock and scoff and ridicule, whatever, man. My entire existence has been humiliating. I've been through a lot of humility, so it doesn't bother me now if people laugh and mock and scoff and ridicule. It kind of is what it is. But I was bored and I wanted to talk about professional wrestling. Like I said, I got many videos on Facebook that are archived about professional wrestlers and different things in the professional wrestling industry and why I haven't liked it for the last, very much for the last 12, 13 years, ever since they kind of went PG and kind of crucified all the freedom and all the big characters and the big personas, almost like, like they weren't allowed to be themselves. They weren't allowed to express themselves and be these bold, fascinating, just brilliant, over-the-top characters. And I always seen wrestling, and I'd always felt to me like a lot of the boys, a lot of the men, that they were restricted and limited from being themselves. Like someone or something else was dictating their character and dictating their persona. And look, it's not my business. I don't own the professional wrestling business. I don't have any interest in it like that. So I'm not saying why things happen, but it took all the fun and the joy and excitement out of wrestling for me because I was always watching people. They didn't seem real. They didn't seem genuine. Whereas before they went PG and everything, long years ago, and even from the time that I was younger, you always felt that those larger than life free personas where it's like you could really believe in people like that, even if it was fake and it was scripted. Say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brother. Whether really said his prayers and ate his vitamins. I don't know. You'd have to ask the Hulkster about that. But I'm just saying they just seemed like genuine good guys. Maybe they weren't perfect, but they just seemed like honest souls. Compared to so many other people in the world that they make their money and they make their lives off of hurting others or inflicting others or being greedy and hateful and different things. Whereas wrestlers just always seem like they always look like they're in a good mood. They always look like they're happy, like they're loving life, like they're enjoying life. They love what they do. It's just, I don't know, man. I rambled. The point is, Jesus Christ likes professional wrestlers. I think they're my favorite people in the entire world. If I could think of any group of people, professional wrestlers are the ones that I like the most. I always have liked them more than anyone or anything else.